This is great stuff. I want to keep it going. We've heard the money angle. Let's bring in Michael Grimm. He's running for a New York congressional seat. Michael, you've heard all this. What are you proposing? You have a fairly interesting proposal here.
Well, at a minimum, this is shocking. I'm hearing all the things and the different perspectives, but I have a fairly unique perspective myself. All right, as a special agent of the FBI, I look at things a little differently. I was an FBI agent for almost 11 years, and I was a 9/11 first responder. I was there elbow to elbow with our fire department, with our NYPD, digging through the rubble and taking out remains from this pile. So it's a very sensitive, very visceral
So what do you want to do, sir? What do you propose?
We have got to find out where the money is coming from, when the money starts to flow. There has to be congressional oversight. We need to do an investigation. First of all, one of the first things you learn as a young FBI agent is to follow the money. That's first and foremost, and that there's no coincidences. This imam has sent up several red flags, and if we ignore those now, many of them have been mentioned, we would be remiss and we would not be doing what we need to do.
Mr. Hooper, this imam says he's a moderate Muslim, if I'm not mistaken. If he's a moderate Muslim, why wouldn't he propose to move this mosque 2 or 3 blocks away and make everybody happy?
Well, for one thing, it's a business decision. They have a piece of property
they want to develop. Is it really a business decision?
Well, in large part, it's a business decision.
What business,
I don't
sir?
know that anybody has come. I don't know that anybody has.
What business? Just tell me what business. I mean, I assume it's a place of worship, right?
I mean, it's developing a property, and you're not going to ask somebody to take a loss on their property to move to another property when they have an existing property.
Hang in there. I'm not so sure.
Unless somebody comes to them with a viable business deal.
Hang on. Go ahead,
There's
Tom.
2 points I'd like to make here. Governor Patterson, who is a Democrat governor of New York, voluntarily threw himself in the fray and says, we will help you from the state's perspective of finding an alternate site. That was denied by the imam. Secondly, more importantly, the fly in the ointment here is ultimately, if this thing is built, it's the New York City Police Department that's going to have to put a fixer there, a cop there 24 hours a day to protect this mosque against any terrorist act against the mosque.
That's sort of like the cops will sit out front of Fox here to protect them, Eric, from these people. Look, with all due respect, just wait a second. With all due respect to you people in New York.
American Muslims have to give up their rights because
no, they don't have to give up their rights.
To protect them?
No.
Hold on,
hey, listen, I'm on your side here, so just give me a break, all right?
This is not about the First Amendment.
Listen to this guy running for Congress, right? First responder, and I congratulate you for that. But look, at some point, I know it's sensitive here in New York and probably New Jersey, but we are going to have to get over 9/11. We're going to have to get over it. You guys want to keep it going?
Hang on, Beckel. Hang on, Mr. Hooper. Hang on. We have this broke a couple minutes before showtime. A spokesman for Senator Harry Reid said, quote, the First Amendment protects freedom of religion. Senator Reid respects that, but thinks the mosque should be built someplace else. Wow. There you go, sir. There's the ranking member of the Senate saying,
I like
we're moving
all
away
of
from
those statements of respect for the Constitution, but they're always followed with the word "but" when it comes to American Muslims, and that's a bit disturbing.
That's not true. You know, that's not true. First of all, as someone that has also put on the uniform as a United States Marine, I marched into battle for the freedoms that this country stands for. Okay, as a Marine, I helped to protect Saudi Arabia, and I helped to liberate Kuwait. So there's no question that I would give my life for the freedoms that this country believes in and stands for.
Billy,
this is not about rights. It's about right and wrong. Building this mosque there is wrong.
The story exploded on Friday night because the White House made a decision to get involved and make a statement. It continued on Saturday with this quote-unquote clarification. It continues today because Harry Reid's splitting with the White House. I mean, this is a story that keeps going and going, and frankly, the more people weigh in on it, the more fuel and oxygen it gives this story.
But what it's not,
we're in mid-August right now.
It's not a voting issue.
Guys,
well, it's not a voting issue.
Guys, I got to say thank you. We're up against the break. We appreciate both of your time, Michael Grimm and Ibrahim Hooper. You'll join us again if you don't mind. Okay, guys, stick around. There's a lot ahead.
Still ahead on